What's up, bros? It's your boy, X10 Chronicles, and we're about to dive into a realm of pixelated glory and controller-gripping madness. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 best-selling video games in history. We're talking about the titans, the legends, the games that sold more copies than there are grains of sand? Probably. Okay, maybe not that many, but seriously, these games are legendary. These games have captivated millions of players around the world and have set incredible sales records. We're talking about those games your parents played, your grandparents played, heck, even your dog probably played these games. Get ready to feel the nostalgia because we're about to embark on a wild ride through gaming history. Let's do this. First up, we've got a game that needs no introduction. It's Tetris, the granddaddy of all puzzle games. This game is older than some of your viewers, starting back in 1984, but it's still going strong. Seriously, you can probably play Tetris on your toaster right now. 520 million copies sold. That's insane. It's like everyone on Earth has a copy. Well, almost. I guess some people just can't handle the pressure of perfectly placing those blocks. And the sound effects? Iconic. You know you just lost a few hours of your life when you hear that. Over the years, Tetris has seen more versions than a chameleon in a disco. You've got your classic Tetris, your funky Tetris effect, and even Tetris 99, which is like a battle royale for your brain. But no matter how you stack it, Tetris is a timeless masterpiece. It's simple to learn, impossible to master, and endlessly addicting. I bet you can't even look at a brick wall without imagining fitting some Tetris blocks into it. Don't lie, I've been there. It's the king of puzzle games for a reason. It's pure, unadulterated addiction. Next up, we've got a game that's all about unleashing your inner architect, or your inner maniac, depending on how you play it. It's Minecraft, the game that lets you build anything you can imagine, literally. 300 million copies sold, and it's not hard to see why. Minecraft is like digital Lego on steroids. You can build houses, castles, roller coasters, giant pixel art of your face. The only limit is your imagination. And maybe your computer's processing power, let's be real. But Minecraft is more than just building. It's about exploration, crafting, surviving, and even fighting off the occasional exploding creeper. It's a game that can be as relaxing or as intense as you want it to be. You can spend hours just chilling out and building a cozy little cabin in the woods, or you can gear up and take on the Ender Dragon in an epic showdown. Minecraft has had a massive impact on gaming culture, inspiring countless YouTubers, streamers, and even educators. It's a game that's beloved by people of all ages, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Seriously, I bet this game will still be popular when we're all old and gray, reminiscing about the good old days of punching trees and crafting diamond swords. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of crime, chaos, and questionable life choices. It's Grand Theft Auto V, the game that lets you live out your wildest gangster fantasies, without the actual consequences, of course. 205 million copies sold, and it's still going strong. GTA V is like the gift that keeps on giving, especially with its online mode, GTA Online, which is basically a never-ending playground for mayhem. You can race cars, rob banks, play tennis, go skydiving, the list goes on and on. It's like they crammed an entire universe into one game. The open world of GTA V is massive and incredibly detailed. You can lose yourself for hours just exploring the city of Los Santos and the surrounding countryside. And the characters? Don't even get me started on the characters. Trevor Phillips alone is worth the price of admission. GTA V is a cultural phenomenon, and it's not hard to see why. It's a game that pushes boundaries, sparks controversy, and most importantly, it's just plain fun to play. Just try not to get too many stars on your wanted level, okay? Chapter 4, Wii Sports, Motion Control Mania, 82.9 million copies sold. Alright bros, get ready to swing, bowl, and, well, you get the idea, it's Wii Sports time. This game was basically the reason your grandma wanted a Wii. Remember back in 2006 when everyone was swinging their arms around like lunatics? Good times. Wii Sports sold a whopping 82.9 million copies, making it the king of motion control games. It was simple, intuitive, and most importantly, it was fun for the whole family. Even your grandpa, who still thought video games were just a fad, was secretly addicted to bowling strikes. Wii Sports proved that you don't need fancy graphics or complex gameplay to create a hit game. Sometimes, all you need is a good concept and some motion-controlled fun. Plus, it was hilarious watching people flail their arms around and accidentally knock things over. Don't act like you didn't do it. Chapter 5, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, PUBG Battlegrounds, 75 million copies sold. Next up, we're dropping into the Battle Royale arena with PUBG Battlegrounds. This game took the gaming world by storm back in 2017 and spawned a whole new genre of games. Seriously, where would we be without PUBG? Probably still playing regular old shooters and wondering why we couldn't just fight 99 other people at once. 75 million copies sold, and it's not hard to see why. PUBG is the ultimate test of survival, where only one player or squad can be victorious. The tension, the excitement, the sheer panic when you realize you're stuck in the blue zone, it's all part of the PUBG experience. The game that basically invented the Battle Royale genre as we know it. I mean, sure, there were other Battle Royale-ish games before it, but PUBG took it to a whole new level. Suddenly, everyone and their grandma were parachuting onto an island and fighting to the death. And let's be real, half the fun of PUBG was the hilarious glitches and bugs. Remember when you could ride on top of cars like a rodeo clown? Good times. PUBG might not be as popular as it once was, but it's still a legendary game that left a massive mark on the gaming industry. Chapter 6, Rainbow Road Rage, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 72.73 million copies sold. Get your bananas ready because we're about to hit the racetrack with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game is a kart racing masterpiece that's been keeping players entertained for years. It's the ultimate party game, perfect for settling old scores with your friends and family. 72.73 million copies sold, more like 72.73 million friendships ruined. Just kidding, sort of. Mario Kart 8 is the king of kart racing for a reason. It's got everything you could ever want: iconic characters, wacky tracks, power-ups that can make you both cheer and rage, quit in equal measure. It's the complete package. And let's be real, who hasn't thrown their controller in frustration after getting hit by a blue shell right before the finish line? It's a rite of passage. But even though Mario Kart 8 can be infuriating at times, you always come back for more. It's just too much fun to pass up. Chapter 7, It's-a-me, Mario, Super Mario Bros. 58 million copies sold. Let's rewind the clock and pay homage to the game that started it all. It's Super Mario Bros., the game that turned a humble plumber into a global icon. This game is practically ancient history in gaming years, but it's still just as fun to play today as it was back in 1985. 58 million copies sold, and that's not even counting all the people who played it at their friend's house. Super Mario Bros. Is the game that defined a generation. It's the game that made us believe that a plumber could be a hero, that turtles could fly, and that mushrooms could make you grow really big. The music, the levels, the characters, everything about Super Mario Bros. Is iconic. It's a masterpiece of game design, and it's a testament to the enduring legacy of Nintendo. Seriously, this game is older than most of the memes on the internet, and it's still just as relevant today. Next up, we're catching them all with Pokémon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow. These games started a phenomenon that's still going strong today. Seriously, who hasn't dreamed of becoming a Pokémon master? 47.52 million copies sold, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for the Pokémon franchise. These games introduced the world to Pikachu, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and the rest of the gang. They taught us about friendship, teamwork, and the importance of collecting as many adorable creatures as possible. Pokémon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow were more than just games. They were a cultural phenomenon. Kids were trading Pokémon like they were trading cards, and everyone had their favorite starter. These games proved that RPGs could be fun and accessible for everyone, and they paved the way for the countless Pokémon games that followed. And let's be real, we all know the Pokémon theme song by heart. Don't even try to deny it. Time to get physical. Well, sort of. It's Wii Fit, the game that tried to make us all healthier gamers. Did it work? Debatable. Did it sell a ton of copies? Absolutely. 43.8 million copies sold, and suddenly everyone was balancing on a Wii balance board in their living room. Wii Fit was a novel idea, a game that combined fitness with gaming. It was a great way to get some exercise without feeling like you were actually working out. Plus, it was hilarious watching your parents try to do yoga with a cartoon avatar. Wii Fit might not have turned everyone into a gym buff, but it did introduce a new way to play games. It showed that video games could be more than just entertainment. they could also be good for you, or at least make you feel less guilty about sitting on the couch all day. And we're back to where it all began. Sort of. This is Tetris on the Game Boy, the game that proved that falling blocks could be just as addictive on the go. Seriously, this game was like crack for your Game Boy. 43 million copies sold, and that's not even counting all the bootleg copies that were floating around back in the day. Tetris on the Game Boy was the perfect portable game. It was simple, addictive, and you could play it anywhere. On the bus, in the car, during class. Not that I ever did that, of course. This game was a battery drainer, but it was worth it. Every spare moment was an opportunity to clear some lines and rack up those points. Tetris on the Game Boy was a cultural phenomenon, and it cemented Tetris's place as one of the greatest video games of all time. And there you have it, bros. The top 10 best-selling video games of all time. From falling blocks to open-world adventures, these games have left an undeniable mark on gaming history. Thanks for joining us on this journey through gaming history. We've covered everything from classic platformers to modern-day battle royales, and it's been a wild ride. Did your favorite game make the list? Let me know in the comments below. What games do you think will be considered classics in another 20 years? Let's discuss. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. Until next time, keep on gaming.